Look at that chat. I think we did this last time, right? Showing you the entire arena. Cinematic, nice slow zoom out. Doesn't that look cool? Sometimes I'm able to clean up good, man. Look at that. Look how good that looks. We're missing somebody over on team 2, which is a little unfortunate. No, we're not. No, we're not. I'm a liar. Look, you can actually see the entire town. Holy, how far can I go? My game crash? Hopefully get in. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, now it's... Oh, God. We start to see holes in this whole thing. Never mind. Reply back in. I don't really know where you guys can stand. You just gotta have to figure something out right now where you can stand. This arena is a little weird for that. Is Rick still up there? Oh, no. He doesn't get kicked out after a while. I was gonna say for a second. It is gonna be Rick. Did you board back up? Is that what happened? Is that what Rick did? Oh, Young might just diary actually. Hold on a second. Trying to figure out who's going where. And Rick trying to see if he can get some Dreadstalkers in. He's going to send him over into the water alley just so he can redirect them, reroute them back towards Young, who's got himself a Ring of Frost for a second. That is going to be a Doom Guard waiting for him. Not a lot of line of sight for you to work with. There's technically like platforms that you can hide behind. But like in terms of the line of sight, like your approach is basically going to be really open as you're walking towards Rick. Plus with all these pads that you're trying to line of sight, yeah, I want to go for a block here pretty quickly on. And Rick is able to really put up some immediate pressure, immediate dominance over Young. That is a little bit rough, man. A little rough. Young does go for the blinks, got himself ultra, looking for a bit of shadows around the pillar as he gets axe tossed and locked down for a moment. Not much you can do. He got himself ultra, he's perfectly fine pushing in. But I mean, they're just unable to really hold on to the shield for too long right now. They're able to drop down blizzards to slow down these pets. Ring of Frost to at least stop a lot of that damage. Looking to catch up to Rick, but Rick is all the way on the other side of the zip code, man. He is nowhere near him. Sending out another fresh set of Demon Doggos. Wait, you could... Why does the game let you do that? Can Warlocks actually just do that? I mean, I guess the game eventually gonna kick you out, but like... I feel like that's a little like cheating. He can literally just escape. He's got himself literally an invis. Young, just all he can do is back super far away, but all these pets are still chasing after him. I don't know why Rick's pets are just random attacking whoever, but that's going to be another block out for Young. I didn't realize that Rick has himself a cheatsy spot like that. If the game allows it, I guess so. Blizzard, you better fix it then. Blizzard better fix it, man. Otherwise, this is perfectly okay, I guess. I like how the Frostbolt volley on those imps, by the way. That looks awesome. I don't know if it does a lot of damage, but it looks cool. Rick already setting himself up. He's just got himself all those demons. He's just going to let the demons PvE Young down. He's got himself a port in case he needs to. Got himself a Mortal Call, more Dreadstalkers. A normal block for Young. I think it's lights, man. I think it's actually lights. Yeah, it is over. He got himself Doom Lord and everything. A Doom Guard and everything. This is going to be Theotar rushing in. He's got himself... Look at this guy go. Look at this man go. I like this whole purple look. He's got himself the bird mask Arakoa looking like. But it's going to be poured out for Rick. Just immediately mutes it. And Theo just left down here just fighting all the demons. That is so messed up. That is actually so messed up. As Rick is going to back up down here. He's going to try to keep his range away from Theo. Let him just get shredded by these pets, man. That's a lot of demons to fight through. Just a ton. As he's trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of that healing behind the pillar. Got himself a bulwark totem, having to rotate it, man. This lock, I'm like, yo, yeah, seriously, dude. I didn't realize Rick had some strats here. Theo, I think, might just go down. I don't know if he can do much. It's a lot of demons surrounding him. Got himself a little bit of healing. Maybe he can land a kick. It's going to be just all those demons eventually surrounding you, eventually doing you in. Leo better be very, very careful when he pops his big cooldowns. Because now he knows Rick. Big cooldowns are in. Rick stunned for a second. Into silence. Tried to deny him the port. Rick wants to go for a port. He does give himself a port. And a Hellstone. Look at this. Holy. The cheating. The actual cheating. Does go for the wall here. Leo trying to see if he can bring back some sanctity into the 1v1 arena. As Rick is going to try to see if he can pour it out of there. Wall was used, but he's going to get Young back in. Mortal Coil. Fear. Cannot get Fear. Lichborn is there ahead of time. Poured it out. And Tyrant. Wait, are his pets stuck up there now? Wait, he can hit through the wall? He can hit through the wall? He can hit through the floor? He can hit through the door? The hatch? No way. I had no idea Warlocks could do this. Last time I got this arena, it was just a melee brawl, man. That's all it was. Every time I get this arena, it's usually a bunch of melee in here. brawling out. I never had a Warlock in this map. This is so wild to me. Fulgrim is going to be taking a lot of that frosted damage, locking down Leo. Leo's doing a bunch of damage back to him, but those eviscerates are almost going to be enough. Leo does go for death pack for a second, but Fulgrim has himself yet another eviscerate to continue the pressure. It's going to be down to Saya and Plush. Is it going to be Plush next? Looks like Saya, dude, look at him. He's just in the shadows. He's in the dark. It's just chilling, man. Holy. That's awesome. It is crazy, man. I found a neat little trick in Arena recently. The endless Nagafogger works. Could be tiny and solo shuffle. Oh, that could be really annoying though, can it? If you're like, if you have that endless toy and you hard to see. I guess as long as you have health bars enabled, you should be able to target them. But damn, that's weird. I wonder if they'll keep that in the game or if they will fix that at some point and nerf it. I mean, if it's fun and if it's not super disruptive, I say why not? I say keep those things. This is going to be a bit of randomized out for Plush. Does catch Fulgrim, but doesn't have a trinket. But Plush is going to be an opportunity just to get himself a full lockdown. Now the cheap shots may be available. Getting those shadow strikes back to back. Those stones are apparently not enough. Plush getting locked down. The stones back to back himself though. Treat Death is available. It's going to be procketed. Treat Death proc. Cloak of Shadows. Vanish to follow. Got himself a bit of shielding. Yeah, it is a nail biter. Where's the goblin chick up here? The commentator, she's like, genuine nail bite. I'm like, yeah. It is, because it's a little close for comfort. Shadow Blades are available. Plush potentially could have himself the go he needs. Oh, that eviscerate though. Oh, that eviscerate was nasty. That was good. That was good. Plush has to go up versus 3 though. Dead. We got Wildlife. We got us as Eloise. So it's going to be quite a decent bit to go through. Wildlife just starting off with bear form has to, man. He has to let the rogue get the opener. Thrash, I think he does get the rogue bled up, which is perfect. As long as you got a blood up at least once, you shouldn't be able to get himself a proper reset. Thrash, if not, maybe swipe. Do you even have Thrash as a boomkin? I don't even know. But trees, oh my god, that was disgustingly good. Oh my god, that was crazy. That was crazy good burst. Look at that. What's that, Michael? I had him a man. I love the boomkin burst. They buffed up Wrath by quite a bit. They were like, all right, Wrath surge cranked up by quite a decent bit. It's like, oh, okay. I could pop trees, couple of rats, and you were dead. Super fun. Was that Incarn? That was through Incarn too, wasn't it? That was a lot of damage. Wildlife having to find a way to get away from Sire, though, is going to be an interrupt by Sire earlier, but wasn't able to interrupt anything, though. Cyclone with a couple of Rigros. Wildlife just trying to get himself as much survivability as possible. Silence with the rune to Sire. He can break it for a second. Wildlife is just fighting through the dampening right now as best as he can. Got himself some trees, maybe a bit of damage. Sarasurt, but it's going to be immunity to magic damage. He's going to have to go bear for him, and I don't even know if that'll be enough, though. I think it's just way too behind on health, and Saya does end up taking him. That is a tough one. I don't think you win that one at that high dampening. That is tough, especially with a Pally who just popped immunity to magic damage. That is tough. Saya does get a lockdown onto Dead. We just trying to see if he can back away for a second, having to wall this immediately. Saya just taking all that momentum from Boomkin onto the Ellie Shaman. He got himself a big Stormkeeper, wants to go for a proper setup, but he's got to hold back for a bit here. It definitely does have to hold back for a moment. As long as he can get Saya out in the open, they'll get a couple zaps, you might be okay, but it's going to be tough. Earth Elemental is in play. We'll have to get a fire. I apparently already used the fire Ellie at some point. Got himself the Ancestors join in. That could be a lot of damage. Could be a big blasters to follow. Saya might be in a bit of trouble. Blind instead. The Searing Glare is going to be able to reverse it. The Ancestors still are able to land in their licks, but it's going to be a wall for Saya. Stun, Trinket through. It's going to be for Dead. Try to go for a Hex unless you can get Juke at a Hex. Trying to juke a Hex, but the entire time Saya not juking, not getting juked, not landing a kick. And it's actually just forcing a lot of pressure onto the Ellie Shaman. Having to play that mind game of, is he going to kick? Not gonna kick? Is he gonna kick? But then at the end of the day, you never get to do a proper cast. You never get to cast like a heal or a damage spell or nothing. That is tough, man. Juke and a kick is hard as a caster. As somebody who's melee who just goes ook ook, jukes are hard. I find jukes hard, so I barely can land any when I play caster, so I feel in that. Did Saya stop the full hunt by Eloise with a Hodge? I thought it would have connected, but I guess it never did. That is unfortunate for Eloise. That is a cooldown burnt, and it's going to be immunity used really, really early here to try to deal with the damage Saya is doing. But Saya can just go for a quick regenerating. So you put a dot into Eloise, who's just like, oh, this downlet, it's going to hurt. And Saya just like, okay, I'm just going to regenerate, get my health back up. For Eloise, he doesn't have that same recovery, so he's going to have to find a way to close the gap. Rotate defenses. But he might be playing from behind here at this point. Does get a stun onto Saya. Hard to follow. I think he just lights. Yeah, I think it just lights. Searing Glare. Yeah, I don't think there's much you can do about it. That is tough. Not an easy one. Saya does pick up 3 though. Well done, well done. Well done, well done. Playing Paint in 2025 is tough to do so much. You can't cheat that if you wanted to, but yeah, Paint with that PvP talent. It's fine in solos. It's pretty rough for energy in 1v1s though.